Hey everyone, in this video I would like to talk about Martial Artist Maam, one of the banner units from Dai collaboration event in DQT which just been announced. She's one of Dai's ally, trying to become ultimate martial artist. On the title page, that is an actually purchasable figure of Maam. It's available in Japan for something like $140, so if you're interested you might want to check it out next time in Japan. Or an easier option might be in eBay, but probably be more costly. Anyway, let's go straight into Dai units review. Before that though, usual disclaimer, everything said in this video is my prediction based on JP version. Doesn't guarantee you will be getting as in the video. Please do subscribe if you haven't already to catch up with the latest news and units guides. And please also like the video if you find it useful. Okay, so Maam is the third banner unit of the part 2 of Dai event, and I've already covered Dai and Pop, so this will be a third review of the part 2. And what is she like? So I think, I've tried to summarize it in the order of importance. So as a basis, she's one of the fastest blitz attacker and a good attacker of that in the game. And as she starts the battle with 2-step agility and 2 move buffs, so allowing her to move 4 spaces. There are many skills that she's got, but I wanted to highlight as a second point her strong follow-up, which is also an actionable attack, warrior master style combat. Now, what this does is it attacks any enemy, anything that's in range of 1 to 3 range, with single target non-elemental attacks 300%. Now, up to here, even if you just see that, that's not very unique or impressive. But what makes it unique is that the follow-up that comes with a buff. So it comes with a physical boost. Now, so those of you who know how Bahamut works, he does absurd damage on a turn 3, and that's because he has spell boost. And similar way, physical boost works in the same way. So it can stack up to 4 times, and once it stacks 4 times, the uplift is plus 100%, which is tremendous damage uplift, as I'll show you later. Also, she has a very strong coup and a reflective fist. This is a kind of true to the law, but basically it negates any healing for 3 turns for the opponent. So that's really good, both in RTA and also PvE, where sometimes enemies can heal quite a chunk of a heal, like Blossom Door 50. The fourth one I want to highlight was that she can ignore status ailment for once. That's an Awakening 3 perk, but that's and also weaker than solo, but it's definitely nice to have. I put down on the bottom the other skills and perks. Basically, she's got really good utility, a bit of evasion buffs, so pretty nice unit altogether. Here is the agility ranking provided by somebody in Japan, and I put it on the table. So with a kind of given condition above, Maam is 4th fastest in the game, and you see the top 7, and there aren't really many RTA meta units apart from possibly Alina, but really she just stands out the crowd in terms of agility, starting agility. And especially I want to highlight that her, how much faster she is compared to Extreme Killing Machine, which is on the 5th, by about 50. So that's she's a lot faster than a lot of the RTA meta units right now. Now, instead of me going through usual damage charts, I thought the best way to illustrate it is actually seeing a showcase video. So I would like to just show you this video. Okay, so the battle starts. So as expected, Maam is the first to move and moves forward. Does that combat skill with the physical boost on solo. As you see, the damage isn't as that impressive at start, but you will see how it stacks up after follow-ups. So Mystical Juliante moves forward, AoE attack, and because 3 of the units are in follow-up range, Maam attacks each one, and every time she does that, she also buffs herself with the physical boost. So that's the 3 buffs, 4 buffs in total. So and then she has 4 charges of the follow-up. So she attacks Erdrick, and that's with a plus 100% physical boost. So the maximum they can stack up. And then Solo comes in to finish off most of the team. And you also see on the turn 2, Mam is first to move again. Does the combat skill again on slump jump. 2,200, so impressive damage. But I think furthermore, she keeps her physical boost every time, as long as she keeps attacking with the combat skill. So that's really impressive. She can go on with a full plus 100% damage throughout, as long as she keeps using the same attack. Okay, let's check out another video. In this video, it's a very similar follow-up example, but also she follows up on Sorrow the Manslayer, and see what happens to his usual buff, which is he recovers 50% HP and increases physical buff by 50% when HP falls below 50%. So as usual, Maam just kind of follows up and it keeps on stacking her physical boost. So it's here. So Sorrow has just about 50%. Follow-up lowers it to below 50%, and that won't trigger Sorrow's healing or damage buff, which is really impressive and nice kind of trick to remember, because Sorrow's kind of recovery is pretty annoying, right? So that's really, really impressive. Another way you can use Maam. Right, so hopefully that was a good video that illustrated how good she is. But let me recap good points and bad points again. So she's a top 5, top 5 in agility ranking at a battle start. The follow-up is absolutely strong. It's not strong as such in the damage, but the fact that it can proc so many times, and it can increase Maam's damage by 100%, making it a lot stronger. Outside that, I didn't talk too much about it, but there are versatile utility kits, which like pushes the enemy away and then reduces move down. So really, nice if you got a slow unit and want to take it out of the battle, technically. And then also stop healing from the coup that I explained. She also has a multi-hit that moves 4 spaces. So, she's very versatile in the areas that she can move. Also, as I mentioned, ignoring the status elements really good. So she's really good blitz unit, and also even a low awakening, she's a good because of that stop healing ability in some PvE contents. Now let's look at the weaknesses that we haven't spoken much about though. The first one is that she struggles a little bit if the entire team is covered by auto cover. And also, for that, if the map is large, then she's less effective, because as you can imagine, her follow-up has to happen on the first turn. Otherwise, she can be taken out quite easily before she can make an impact on turn 2. On that point, she's very easy to take out because she has no mitigation. And the third brings me nicely the third point, which she has only like 20% evasion after attacking on a turn 1. So, it's very easy to take her out, and she's going to be a problem if you leave her like turn 3 or so on. So, enemy 1 will take it out quite easily. So, great burst damage, but turn 3 onwards, she's not going to be on the battlefield. Also, she's also weak to confuse, so that's something that we need to perhaps take care of. And also, she wouldn't survive that long, but if she does, she'll move, but move only is 2 after turn 3, after turn 4 onwards. So, what's my first impression of Maam and how useful I think? But also, please let me know what you think as well. So Maam, I placed her in a great tier for Awakening 1, purely because of that coup. So that coup is very useful if you want to, there are a lot of enemies in PvE that heals significant amount, sometimes to full health. and that can mean essentially a lot of equivalent a lot of damage. So I place her as a utility, as a great tier. She's not essential. There aren't any stages you can't clear with her, but she'll make a lot of the clear much shorter in some certain stages. I placed her in top tier for Awakening 5 because she's just such a staple unit for Blitz unit moving forward. In the same class as Pop. Pop is a kind of a staple for a turtle strategy. Mom is staple for Blitz strategy. So it's kind of nice to see a variety here. And that brings me to my final thoughts. So Mom is an essential piece of puzzle in a Blitz RTS strategy moving forward because of that top agility at the beginning. Physical burst can crank up damage really quickly, and it's really through synergizes well with a Blitz team. She really needs to be Awakening 5 to compete in Master Legend tier though, as Faster Mom will always win in a mirror matchup. So for budget players, this is a kind of an easy skip. But if you do pull her for one copy, as I said, she can be very useful in Blossom Door 50. So I would definitely recommend sharding her if you have a spare. Okay, that's it for the video. Thanks for joining and hope to see you soon.